In this video, I'm going to show you how ordinary PPUI members will use the PPUI Handicap System to keep up to date with their current handicap system and monitor any changes that might take place to their handicap as a result of their performances in competitions. So we've loaded the PPUI.ie Handicap System homepage here. The address is in the address bar in the browser, PPUI.ie/handicap system. And this page is available to all members of the PPUI if they want to use it. On the PPUI Handicap System homepage, we have two sets of tools. On the left, we can go to a member profile if we want to view the current handicap status of any member. And on the right hand side, we have the administrator login, which allows any administrator to log into the PPUI Handicap System and manage their competitions. In this video, we're going to focus on member profiles. So, to access a member profile, we need two pieces of information: the member's surname and the member's registration number. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to fill in the surname and registration number of a member. Now that I've completed those two fields, to view that member's profile, I can simply click on the Look Up Member button. Clicking on this button brings me to the member's profile page. This type of page is available for every PPUI member. At the top we can see some basic member information: name, registration number, and currently registered club. Further down the page, we start to see some handicap system specific information. First piece of information is the current handicap period number, its start date and its end date. Currently the system is not yet live, so we're in period 15, which ends on the 3rd of April 2016. When the system goes live on the 11th of April 2016, all of this test data will be erased, but the member profile page will remain the same. During the test phase, this member's current playing handicap is -3. This is the handicap that the member will use when playing in a competition. The member's current real handicap is -3.1, and this is the member's handicap which will be adjusted by the PPUI Handicap System as their performances in competition are recorded by administrators. Further to the right, we can see any change that took place since the last handicap period, and we can see the complete change in the person's handicap throughout their career within the PPUI Handicap System. Okay, so now that we've looked at the headline information, let's look at some more specific information that's offered by PPUI Handicap System member profiles. The first piece of information that we can see is the member's total handicap history. This is a record of every change that's ever taken place to the member's handicap within the PPUI Handicap System. The table below shows the handicap start date for each handicap record, the real handicap for that change, and the playing handicap for the member in that instance. We can see that on the 21st of December 2015, this member's handicap was -4. Their playing handicap was also -4. We can see then that the member on the 8th of February 2016 had their handicap changed to -4.1. This continued to make their playing handicap -4, because when we round -4.1 off, we get to -4 itself. And then we can see that on the 15th of February, this person's handicap changed from -4.1 to -3.1. The real handicap changed by -1.0, a full shot. As a result of that change, their playing handicap then became -3. So as you can see, at all times, members will be able to see what their handicap is and when it changed. The second piece of information offered by the member profiles is a complete listing of all adjustments to member handicaps on a per period basis. Handicap periods will last for a week, and at the end of each week, if a member has accrued any adjustments to their handicap, these will be applied. We can see from the table here that in period 6, 7 and 8, this member's handicap was adjusted. We give some information on the period dates, and then we show the changes in the handicap as a result of all accrued adjustments in that period. So for example, we can see that in period 7, this member started with a real handicap of -4 and a playing handicap of -4 as well. In that period, their total adjustment was 1.1 shots. The person had an existing adjustment of a shot back, or a -0.1. So as a result, the system has calculated a final total adjustment for period 7 for that member of 1 full shot. As a result, the person's new real handicap at the end of that period is -3.1, leaving them with a new playing handicap going into period 8 of -3. This provides a really transparent way for PPUI members to know, first of all, what their current handicap is, but also why it has changed and in which period it was changed. Further down the page, we can see adjustments per competition, which are very similar to what we just saw for adjustments per period, except that we break down the adjustments to show exactly how each competition performance affects member handicaps. As we can see, this test data has caused a change in this member's handicap. For example, on the 9th of February, a test competition was created, and in that competition, the member played off a real handicap of -4.1. The CSS for this competition was 102, and the member had a total gross score of 110. The member's net differential, the difference between their net score and the CSS, was equal to 4, and as a result, their handicap did not change. Obviously, in other videos, we will explain how net differentials are calculated, how they are compared to CSS to arrive at a calculated adjustment. But for the purposes of this video, you can see that we give full breakdowns of how each competition performance cause adjustment in member handicaps. And the final piece of information offered by PPUI Handicap System member profiles is a full breakdown of every return per member visible and recorded within the handicap system. We can see that this member returned 5 18-hole scores to the handicap system so far. They entered 2 scores in a competition called 36 Gross, which took place on the 26th of January. We can see that their real handicap for that competition was -4.0 and that they played off -4. We can see their gross score in that competition, and we can see the net score that they ultimately had at the end of that round. We can see that for every score that the member has ever returned to the handicap system, and if they've returned a large amount, we can go to the full history to see that broken down and presented in a full list. In this case, the member obviously only has 5 scores returned, as the system is currently in test, but once we go live with the full PPUI handicap system on the 11th of April, we would expect members to have many hundreds of returns over a number of years as a PPUI member. At all times, they'll be able to come to this page to keep track of all of their performances as PPUI members. So as you can see, the PPUI Handicap System member profiles offer a really transparent way for members to keep track of their current handicap and also to keep track of why their handicap is being adjusted on a weekly basis. They can also keep a full record of all of their performances and see how they're progressing as pitch and putt players.